Hello viewers, this is Ryzen, and welcome back to Battle Beyond Friends. And we're back at the save point here. And let's just head down this hallway. It's a dead end. Yeah, that's it, end of the road. What do you mean? I just said that, Biran. Stop stealing my lines. Why? Yes, Drake, I want you to hit my X button. I don't know why I wrote this scene in, probably just for more comic relief. Yeah, I did. I wanted to give Drake at least some personality. Let's just say that a later scene made absolutely no sense based on Biran's reaction towards Drake, because Drake wasn't around during this part, so... Well, you'll see what I mean. I'll explain that later, but... Did we make it? Yes. That would be a good start. I love these two. They're really funny. With each other, anyway. I find that comic relief is a great way to reel someone in early on. I like to start with some comic, well, not start, because if you start with comic relief, like, the first scene is funny, then you're promising a comedy, so don't do that. But early on, it's good to have some comedy to lighten up the mood before you turn serious. At least I always thought so. Anyway, this is the first boss. This guy used to be extremely difficult, because you only had Biran. And even though you had about... I'd say 1,000 HP at this point for Biran. This thing would deal 400 or 500 a hit. It was quite ridiculous, and of course Drake misses because he sucks. No, just go Fiery Heart and normal attack. One of the nice things about this game is that there's very few filler bosses like this. I mean, this guy is just a filler boss. Ow! That hurt. I mean, most of the bosses are against the actual antagonists. So that's kind of fun. It's kind of like Xenosaga 3 in that regard. Let's go ahead and get Fiery Heart. I should probably close my door so that I don't get any pickup from downstairs, huh? Yeah, I'll do that in a second. Let's kill this guy first. He has about 500 HP, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, just getting a sip of water there. Water is a Let's Player's best friend. 84, I'll take it. One attack that you do have to watch out for is called Bear Hug, because it can inflict the status ailment Slow. Not that Slow is particularly devastating at this point in the game. I mean, it just basically halves your speed. Well, I think it lowers your speed by 2/3, actually. But this guy isn't that hard at all, so even with that, I was still able to kick the crap out of him. Super Smash is really the only attack that I'm at all worried about. I'll probably cast Recovery Blade in a second here. I'd use Drake Heal, but that's too weak. 46, I'll take it. Let's go ahead with Recovery Blade. Yeah, that is so useful. Well, he hasn't used Bear Hug, so that's good. So the only real difference between this guy in the original version and this version, the revised version, the rebalanced version, is the slow status ailment and the fact that this guy deals way less damage, even compared to your lower HP. Yeah, he's an absolute and pathetic joke. I mean, like I said, I wanted to have some sort of learning curve, because I thought that was much more necessary. Ooh, 200 HP. Not not a bad level. Good agility. Yeah, Drake, even though you just did. Oh, I hate this next line. Not this one. You see, this is an example of redundant writing. Yes, we know you can feel a bad feeling. That's what a bad feeling is. You feel it. This is why you read every single line of dialogue. And the sad thing is, that's after I revised the line. So, God only knows what it said in the first time. I don't even remember, but I know it was really corny. Most of the dialogue in this game is pretty well written, but some of it is just, ugh. But don't worry. I never have Biran say, moms are tough. Oh, don't run away. I think you just have a 50-50 chance of running away when you hit escape, or maybe it has to do with your agility. I don't know. I don't know how RPG Maker 3 handles running away. I know in XP, like, the default run system is based on agility. I haven't worked much on Apocalypse Storm as of late. That's a pretty interesting game, though. The game also has 8 characters, just 8 main playable characters, just like, well, technically it has 10, but 2 are temporary. Just like Elemental Order has 8 playable characters. Actually, now that I think about it, Elemental Order has 10 playable characters because there's 2 temporary characters as well. Huh. How about that? A lot of antagonists, too. Just like Elemental Order. I try to develop all of my characters. I like to think I succeed most of the time. It's just a spider. I'm not really worried about spiders anymore. Not really worried about any of the enemies in here. And if you're wondering, yes, I have to backtrack out. I'd edit it out, but why? This is the only time you have to backtrack out. Every other time I have to have you leave automatically. Now, there's a very good reason why I make you backtrack out of here. It's to get Biran up to level 7. If not level 8. Remember how I said this game is hard? Well, I am already approaching the first difficulty spike. And from that point on, the game is no longer a cakewalk. Yes, the first hour and a half is easy, and after that, it's hard. And that's just the beginning of the difficulty of this game. And I'm going to make sure that I have a full set of items for Biran here. One thing that I do regret about this game is that I didn't make enemies drop items. I fixed that in Elemental Order. But the thing with Elemental Order is you also have less item uses. So it kind of evens out. Another spider? I'm not going to edit out a battle with just one enemy because they go down so quickly. Let's see what else I can talk about. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a critical. It stuns him, so he won't be able to get a turn now. Bosses are immune to critical, with a few exceptions. And they're also immune to bad status effects, but you can't really inflict status ailments in this game. Well, there's one you can inflict, but it's useless anyway. I mean, technically, if I wanted to at this point, I could now run from every single battle and be fine, but I don't want to do that. What else can I talk about here? Well, let's see. Let's go over what I've written, actually. Another goddamn spider? These guys aren't that common. Well, anyway, I've written, let's see. let's start with my big project, Infernal Darkness. That is a, let's see, it's a long series split into 4 arcs. 5 arcs of 3 to 4 books apiece. And I think the last arc is just 1 book. Maybe 2. So it's exceptionally long. Very anime in nature. Transformations, super speed, all that good stuff. Borderline flight. Yeah, I don't know how the characters can stay in the air as long as they do, but they do. I never really explained that. Suspension of disbelief, I guess. I've finished most of the first arc. I think it's called, yeah, the Darkness arc. I finished most of the first arc, but I gotta go back and revise the entire first book. Did we level up? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to explain what Infernal Darkness is about. Just think typical shonen manga, or manga. And there you go. Yeah, I have to revise the first book because there's a lot of character relationships that were added about halfway through the second draft of it. So the first half of the book no longer makes any sense in regards to character relationships. And in books 2, 3, and 4 go on with these relationships as canon. So I have to go back and revise to fit in with the retcons I later made. Other works that I've done, let's see. I'm working on a book called Ordained. Let's show off this battle. Yeah, it's just 4 bandits. Ordained is a very interesting book, actually. Ooh, Biran's almost faster than Drake. Of course I missed him. Ordained is about a group of people called sightseers, and they can see the future with a couple of weaknesses. For example, there is one of the rules that I established in that book, because some of the bad guys are actually sightseers. So in order to defeat them, I had to think of, okay, well, if they can see the future, clearly they could block every single attack, right? So I added in a delay. For example, the best sightseers have about a 3-second delay in what they see. And the worst ones have, years. So. But anyway, they see the future. Various kingdoms want to use them to, well, see the future. And alter it as they see fit, I suppose. And the bad guys in that book are going around killing sightseers for unexplained reasons. It's eventually revealed, but... So, the book follows a girl named Alina, who gets caught up in this struggle. And she ends up trying to protect the sightseers, and the plot really goes from there. Sounds basic, but there's a lot of plot twists in, and it definitely evolves from there. I don't like to just stick to an archetype, I like to evolve it. What else did I write? There's one other book that I'm forgetting. Whatever. I've also written Soulcalibur Fan Fiction, which I hate. I like it and all. Okay, took care of those guys, and what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Soulcalibur Fan Fiction. It's not so much a Soulcalibur Fan Fiction as it is a Soulcalibur, as it is a story that just happens to have essentially cameos of Soulcalibur characters and Soul Edge and Soulcalibur. Well, they actually play a major role, but yeah, I'm the bad guy in it. Eido's the good guy. And I really wrote myself into a corner with that. And let's just say I gave myself, oh, more of these guys, whatever. I wrote myself into a corner at the end because I gave myself way too many power-ups. Well, not too many powers, but I gave myself too much of a power-up. So, in order for Ado to actually defeat me in the end, I had to power myself down while simultaneously powering him up. And although I explain how it happens, it's really lame because immediately after I get powered down and he gets powered up, he just instantly charges me, chops off my hand, and then kills me. And it's just like, slash, fight's over, the end. It's like, well, that was lame. I was like, okay. You know, and it was in the middle of this epic war between the good guys and bad guys at the end, and final battle happens, and it just sucks. It was basically me kicking Ado's ass the entire fight till he gets his BS power up, I get my BS power down, and then I basically get one-shotted. And up until that point, I was kicking everyone's ass. That's why you gotta be careful when you create a villain too powerful. Then you have to think of reasonable ways to get the good guys up to their level, and it's tough. Let's see. Other fan fiction I am working on is Bleach Fan Fiction. I like Bleach. It's a pretty good anime. The problem with Bleach is it just drags. It's pretty much nothing but fights and no plot development. I mean, it's finally getting to plot development now in the manga, but I don't get it. More arcs? We can show these guys off. Did I even show these guys off? I don't remember. But, so I wrote a Bleach fan fiction, didn't finish it. It's actually very interesting. I mean, the Bleach characters do play a major role, unlike the Soulcalibur fan fiction, but I actually tell it from the bad guy's perspective. I think there's a group of 8 antagonists in that. So that's pretty interesting. So it's kind of like the antagonists are the protagonists. Chop him, Drake. There you go. Got him. We're getting close to 20 minutes, but we should be able to get out of here soon. We can go to 25 minutes. It's no big deal. Come on, Drake. Chop him. Oh, funny story. I remember when Ado played this game, and he played the original version, which was hard as hell, with misses like crazy like that. This battle is unusual. I don't usually miss this much, but there were just so many misses, and I called Ado up one day because I was playing through it, and I'm like, dude, I figured out how to hit. He's like, what? I'm like, Ado, if you hit X at the right time, you hit. And for some reason, that seemed to work. And I don't know why. I mean, I know it probably didn't work. I don't know. We must have just gotten really weird and lucked out. That always amused me. I don't do the X thing anymore. Yeah, you know, let's go over the X thing right here. Like, well, you'd only have Biran here, so let's just attack with Drake here. Like, Biran would use Fiery Heart, right? And we would hit X right here. As soon as that second swag, and then it would hit. Only it didn't hit that time. It didn't always work, but for some reason it seemed to make our accuracy go up, and I don't know why. I'm gonna assume it was just a coincidence. One thing I noticed about this game, in RPG Maker 3 in general, is misses seem to come in waves. I mean, if you miss once, you're going to miss like 4 times. And I don't know why. That's just the way it is. Like this I'll probably miss. No, it hit. Okay, game. You can stop messing with me now. Stop making me out to be a liar. Ooh, careful. Hitting the... Ow, I just cracked my foot. I was hitting the dazzle wire. I don't want to unplug that. Oh. So, what? I talk about the dazzle and that gives you permission to miss? Drake, you suck, man. You see, you gotta leave everything to Biran, I swear. Go get your goddamn tan already. Look, I'll get you some of that spray paint, and we'll even give you some spray paint abs, like, Jacob in, Twilight. Actually, I think my money would be better spent on buying that guy a shirt. I will say that line was pretty funny in that movie. Doesn't he ever wear a shirt? Or doesn't he own a shirt or something? There's no way that was in the script. That must have just been impromptu. Okay. Now, before we go any further, let's heal up. Ooh, my HP's pretty good this time. Let's see what my stats are. I'm retentive. Let's heal Drake up. And let's use one of Drake's MP vials to restore Biran's MP. And let's go. Indeed it has, Drake. This is all the time Drake stays with you. Alright. Sounds like a plan, Drake. No, I still have that message box there by mistake, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. Or maybe I didn't know how to get rid of it at the time. No, it's pretty simple to get rid of it. I must just be an idiot. I hate the loading screen. It's so lifeless. Now, if I do get into a random encounter... Oh, I want to show this. Nice tree, huh? Yeah, they're two-dimensional. And you can walk right through them. Why? I have no idea. Aww, I got into a battle. I'm gonna try and run from them. I don't really care. Come on, Biran. Run away! Run away! Biran, when I tell you to run, you're supposed to do something called, run away. Can you dodge all 4? No? You suck. You're fired. Okay, you're hired again. Come on, Biran. Run away! Oh, come on, dude. I could have killed half of them by now. It gets much easier to run when you have 4 party members. Not that I ever run, but I don't need the experience right now, so... And it takes forever to kill enemies when you just have Biran. Run away, please. Thank you. Okay, that was totally unintentional. I didn't mean to sing the U there. Let's go right so. Recovery Blade. Yeah, that should be enough MP. That gives me enough for 3 recovery blades. We'll save up and cut the episode right here. Or cut the part right here. So next time, we'll go back to town and give Tomas the herb. See you then.